York driver Greg Atkins. Greg finished second in last week's Ernie's Discount Tools Modified feature to Patrick Dupree in the 50-lap event. Greg, welcome to the program.
Thanks.
Can you elaborate on your run last week? I know a couple of times in the later stages of the event, around lap 30, lap 31, 32, you got a wheel underneath Martinois. Talk about your strategy in that race, and were you satisfied with the finish?
Yeah, I was satisfied. The biggest thing I was looking at, I saw him kind of just running away, and I had more car. I probably could have chased him down, but it didn't seem like it made sense. I mean, we had a long ways to go, and why run into the lap traffic and have to waste our tires and our car? And so I just kind of waited, and I was going to, try to shoot towards him towards the end, and then it looked like he just slowed. I didn't really know exactly what happened, and then we Patrick did a daring move, and he went to the outside. Somehow he got the bite to get around me, and away he went, which was good for him.
Of course, everybody wants to win, but were you sasatisfied with the second place finish? It's a solid start to the 2011 campaign.
Yep, it was. I was pleased with it, and I'll tell you, Dupree and Wesley and Martin, they're hard. They're hard to chase down, but makes it fun.
This is our first time talking to you. This is the second event on the 2011 Airborne schedule. Talk about some of your goals for your 2011 campaign.
Well, one of the things is, we'll try to do as good as we can here, and hopefully we can take a track championship. We haven't done it yet. We've tried hard, and then try to get a good finish down in Syracuse. I enjoy racing down there too. It's a lot of fun. So.
Speaking of Syracuse, you had some success down there. You finished 7th in the small block feature. It's a 150 lap event down there on the Moody Mile at Super Dirt Week, and you finished 14th in the 200 lap big block race. Talk about that race for us.
Yeah, okay. We started out Sunday morning, and we got into the last chance qualifier, and we ended up making it in right towards the tail of the big block race, but to qualify with a small block, I was real pleased with that. And I told my crew chief, I said, well, let's just put a little bit of fuel in. We'll go out and just take, whatever we can for a few laps. And he says, no, if you're going to do that, I'm going to fill it up because we just never know. And it brought tears to my eyes when we were out there at the end and he made that call, So it was great. We finished 14th, lead lap, and with a small block. So.
All right. We'd like to thank Greg Atkins for being on the program. Stay tuned for another driver interview from Airborne Speedway next. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the program. I'm here with last week's Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade Feature winner from Milton, Vermont, Robert Gordon. Robert, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Robert, last week you ran on the outside groove with Little Joe Daniels for almost a dozen laps. The lead was exchanged 5 times within an 11-lap period. Talk about your run on the outside lane and basically what was going through your head during last week's feature.
Well, the outside worked good for me after the caution. I was hoping to tuck down behind him so I didn't get hung out to dry, and when I was out there, I was going as fast as he was, so I figured if I got behind him, there was no chance of beating him, so I stayed on the outside, and it went good.
I know it's the first time we've had you on Motorsports Magazine in 2011. What are some of your goals for the 2011 campaign?
Well, for 2011, our main goal is just to have fun, and that's our goal every day.
All right. I know you guys have had practice throughout the later stages of the afternoon. How's the car today?
Car's awesome. Can't wait to get back out on the track and hoping to do it again tonight, really.
I know earlier we were talking about how the Renegade Division has a race over at Thunder Road this year in 2011. I believe it's in August. Do you plan on going over there for that race?
I do plan on going over there. I've never raced at Thunder Road. I think it's going to be fun. Last year we raced down at Devil's Bowl and we raced at Malta. I've never been to either one of them tracks. Had real good luck there, and it's just fun running a different track. After being here for 10 years, I haven't missed a race, so it's fun to branch out.
What's sponsorship on board looking like for 2011 on the H2O car?
Looking real good. Of course, got my own business, H2O Well Drilling, got Premier Paving, Advanced Energy Solutions, got Mark's Auto, Lake Champlain Transportation, or Transmission. Good. We're all set. We're good.
All right, we'd like to thank Robert Gordon for being on the program. Stay tuned for another driver interview from Airborne Speedway on Motorsports Magazine next.
Welcome back to Motorsports Magazine. Joined now with Michel Vienne, and he is standing upright this week. Last week he was flipping upside down, and we're going to start by asking Michel, how are you feeling this week?
I'm feeling good. It's better of better, and I have a lot of pain. It's a wreck.
I know you went to the doctors when you got back home, and they said broken ribs, correct?
Yes, it broken the ribs, and I have back of the shoulder, I have a big, I don't know what's the name. It's
A bruise?
a bruise. Yeah.
Now, this week, obviously you can't race, so what did the doctor say? How long until you're back?
The doctor he said maybe 2 months, and I'm trying to cut the time. Maybe 1 month, maybe end of June or something like that.
Well, it'll be nice to see the 46 back out there with you in it, but we have it out there tonight. How long did it take to get the car fixed? This you had 2 weeks to do it. How long did it take to get the car fixed?
The car as max is ready maybe a couple of days, and all the time it's rebuilt this car. It's a lot of damage with the car. Broke the differential and all the chock, body, frames, a lot of work in this car. The car is good. I have tonight I'm present a new car with a new driver. It's a good driver. It's a regular of dirt, Granby, Drummondville, and it's a good guy. It's Martin Hébert.
Well, hopefully Martin has some good luck tonight, and we'll also wish you good luck when you get back to racing also. And that's Michel Vienne, and more Motorsports Magazine is coming right up.
Outside Joe Warren in the 57, it's Bill Joyle. Then the 69 for Don Franklin, 86 for Rick Donor. Then it is the 61 for Dan DeBuke, the 08 for Andrew Bordeaux, and the 17 for James Sayward. That's the field as they are rolling off turn number 2 with Josh Terry in the lead. He's got Kevin Boutin in the second spot with the 25. Joe Warren running third. They're 3 wide for that fourth spot. Big Daddy's on the inside. In the middle is Curtis Seymour. On the outside is Rob Favreau in the 22. First lap of the night goes the way of Josh Terry in car number 43. Terry in the 43, Kevin Boutin in the 25. Boutin goes to the top of the racetrack and really sticks it off the top of turn number 2. Gets good bite down the backstretch, and he'll surge to the lead on the outside into turn 3. Here comes Kevin Boutin working the top of the track. Josh Terry right with him down the inside at the stripe. Kevin Boutin is 25, leading lap number 2. Terry works still on the inside. Joe Warren trying to get in the mix with Freihoffer number 13. He's running in that third spot. Kevin Boutin pulling away a little bit, still running on the outside of the racetrack. Josh Terry, the 43, runs second, and at his door now, pulling up the 13 of Joe Warren. Running in the fourth spot, it is the 69 for Don Franklin. Fifth is Curtis Seymour in the 357. That's Dan DeBuke in the sixth spot. Running in seventh is Rick Donor with the 86. Rob Favreau's off the pace with the 22, and he is heading back to the pits. Out front, Kevin Boutin's lead is 2 car lengths. Joe Warren still on the outside of the 43 of Josh Terry. About to take the second position away. He will. Josh Terry fading back to third and falling back into the clutches of Don Franklin in car number 69. Franklin works to the outside, and Josh Terry in the 43 will allow his car to drift up a little bit. He's been fading back from the top 2 drivers and falling into the clutches of car number 69. Then it's a big gap back to Curtis Seymour in the 357. Closing in on him is the number 86 of Rick Donor. Out front, Kevin Boutin's lead, still 2 car lengths. Boutin has been on the outside the entire qualifier. He likes it out there. The car seems to be running well, and he's maintaining the advantage over Joe Warren. Warren pulling away from Josh Terry. It was about a car length. Now it's 2, almost 3 car lengths between the second and third place cars with 2 laps to go in qualifier number 1 for the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade Division. Boutin still on the top of the racetrack. Joe Warren looked like he was going to pick up about a car length off of turn number 2, but Kevin got a real good run off the top of the second turn and pulled it back to 2 car lengths as they race off the 4th turn to the white flag. Warren has closed to a car length. He'll dive down to the inside, try to get to the inside of Boutin's 25. That's where Kevin's been getting a good run, and he'll shoot down the backstretch and open it back up. Kevin Boutin in the 25 trying to hold off Joe Warren in the 13, the defending track champion. Here comes Kevin Boutin in car number 25. The defending track champ gets it done. He wins the first qualifier. Joe Warren is second. Josh Terry third. Fourth is Don Franklin. Racing to the 5th spot is Rick Donor. 6th is Curtis Seymour. 7th is Dan DeBuke. 8th is Billy Joyle. 9th is going to be James Sayward. And finishing 10th in the 08 is Andrew Bordeaux. Stone Motors 1X. Outside Todd Stone driving the 01, the Alpha drilling and blasting car for Terry Hayes. And shotgun on the field in the 02, it is Mike Riel from West Shazy. That's the field. 11 modifieds taking the green flag in this second qualifier. Problems over in turn number 2. Vince Quinville got a piece of the Roger Lebrecht number 100, but they were able to sort things out. As out front, here they come off of turn number 4. It is Craig Ormsby showing the way with a 0. Ormsby leads. Running in second is the Brandon Bandit Don Scarborough. Third is Andy Lindemann. Fourth is Craig Riel. Trying to move on the inside of the 76 is car number 46 for Martin Hebert. Hebert running in the 6th position on the inside. Mike Wells on the outside. Shuffled back to that 6th spot as Hebert comes through to grab the 5th position and away, and now looks to the inside of Craig Riel in the 0-2 as he tries to go to 4th. Vince Quinville in the 78 also making a move to the inside. Here comes Quinville trying to take a spot away from Mike Wells. He will, as Vince Quinville in car number 78 goes to the 6th position. Out front it is Craig Ormsby in the 0. Running in second, it is the Brandon Bandit Don Scarborough. Then a big gap back to the 46 as Martin Hebert has moved to the 3rd position. Hebert putting up a pretty good charge. First time in that machine. Of course, that is the Michel Vienne number 46. Vienne out for about a month with some cracked ribs and also a shoulder injury after he flipped his car over in turn number 3 2 weeks ago. The Brandon Bandit Don Scarborough trying to size up Craig Ormsby in the 0. He's got a line down to the inside as he goes for the lead into turn number 1. Ormsby works the middle of the track, now goes to the top with that 0 car. The 11 of Scarborough on the inside will power through and take the lead going into the 3rd turn. Ormsby comes back on the top of the racetrack. Here comes the Brandon Bandit through on the inside. He's trying to fit. Oh, they touch along the front stretch, but everybody is able to hang on to it. Brandon Bandit Don Scarborough with a tense moment there, but he was able to hang on to that 11 machine as he pulls away to about a 4 car length advantage over the 0 of Ormsby. Ormsby running in that 2nd spot. Chasing him down, though, is the 46 of Martin Hebert. Hebert running in 3rd. Running at 4th is Craig Riel with the CO2. Todd Stone with a 1X working hard trying to get into the top 4. Stone right now running in the 5th position. Right behind him, it's Andy Lindemann in the 3. 2 laps to go for the Brandon Bandit Don Scarborough. Scarborough running in the lead by some 7 or 8 car lengths over Craig Ormsby in the 0. And it's Martin Hebert in the number 46 who's had an impressive run. First time on board that Michel Vienne number 46, and he's run strong the 3rd position. White flag out for Don Scarborough. Running at 4th, it is still Craig Riel in the Plattsburgh Radiator CO2. He's feeling the heat from the 1X of Todd Stone. Final time around in this 2nd qualifier. Checkered flag is out. The win's going to go to the Brandon Bandit Don Scarborough. He gets the win. 2nd to Craig Ormsby. 3rd goes to Martin Hebert. 4th to Craig Riel. 5th to Todd Stone. 6th to Vince Quinville. 7th goes to the 3 of Andy Lindemann. Then it's Mike Riel in the 76. 9th goes to the 0-1 of Terry Hayes. And it is Mike Riel in the 0-2. And the 100 for Roger Lebrecht finishing in the 11th spot. Well,
and we are still awaiting a driver on that number 3 car that is starting at the back. Here they come. Green flag is out. We've got trouble already. In the infield is Josh Leclerc, the number 7. Josh trying to get that car refired, but he appears to be clogged down in the water in turn 1. And the yellow flag will come out. Field rolls into turn 4 as we're ready for a start. Bomber qualifier, mini modified qualifier number 2 is under the green. Good jump on the outside for Levi Bombard in the 61. Mr. Cheez-It, Bill Desatel trying to hang right with him. Here comes Eric Riel in the 0-2 on the outside. Riel will move into the number 2 spot. Varno looks to the inside of Mr. Cheez-It. He wants to take that 3rd spot away. They're 3 wide coming off turn 4. Josh Laporte, 45, trying to get it done on the outside. Varno got collected a bit by the 41 of Tim LaFountain. Nice job by Jim Varno to hang on to that 07. Challenge for the lead up front on the inside. Eric Riel in the 0-2 moving through on the inside. Trying to stick right with him on the outside. It's the 61 of Levi Bombard. At the line, Riel is your leader. Bombard drops back to 2nd. Here's a move on the inside by Josh Laporte. Laporte will take the 2nd spot, dropping Bombard back to 3rd. Here comes Josh Leclerc flying up on the inside. He started this qualifier at the back of the pack. He's now into the 4th spot, halfway. Mr. Cheez-It is back to 5th. Now we've got another challenge for the lead. Here comes Josh Laporte on the inside. Eric Riel right there on the outside. Riel with the nose in front. Laporte coming right back at him on the inside. 2 to go, and at the line, it's Laporte by half a car length. Riel will not give up on the outside, but up the back stretch, Josh Laporte opens up 2 car lengths on the 0-2. It's about 5 or 6 back to Josh Leclerc, who continues to gain in the 7. But the laps are winding down, just 1 to go. Laporte leads the way in the 45 as they head up the back stretch their final time. Riel is second, Leclerc is third. Richner, he started deep in the field. He's moved himself into the number 4 spot with Mr. Cheese at 5th. Checkered flag is in the air, and your winner is Josh Laporte. Eric Riel finishes second. Josh Leclerc gets the 3rd spot. Scott Richner 4th. And Mr. Cheez-It, Bill Desitel, will round out the top 5.
The sportsman car for Cody Myers. All right, here they come off turn 4. Green flag. Sean Duquette with the number 18, leading off of turn number 2. Keith Pelkey in the number 24, running in the 2nd spot. But here comes Nick Haywood with the number 29. Duquette finished 4th in the opening week feature event. The 29 of Nick Haywood finished in the 5th spot as Nick tries to find room to the inside of the 24 of Keith Pelkey. Keith Pelkey finished in the 15th position in the opening event with his number 24. Make that 18th position. Keith right now hanging on to that 2nd spot, working on the outside. Nick Haywood running right with him, door to door for position number 2. Sean Duquette checking out, just about dead even at the start-finish line between the 29 and the 24. Jimmy Bushy with a good view of that battle. He's plowing up the top of turn number 2 before he hangs on to that race car. Jamie Begor's trying to move on the inside. Begor's picked up a couple of spots, passing the 21, the 68, and next up the 35 of Brian McGinley. Begor trying to find room on the inside of McGinley's number 35 as he charges from the rear of the field. The battle between the 29 and the 24 is still going on for that 2nd position. They've been running side by side just about since the drop of the green flag. Sean Duquette pulling away. He's got a 5-car length advantage now between those 2 battles, 2 cars rather, that continue to battle and run door to door, the 29 and the 24. The 29 of Haywood, the 24 of Pelkey. Haywood trying to finish the pass over in turn number 2, but Keith gets a bit of a run off the top of the 2nd turn. As they go into the 3rd turn, closing in is Jimmy Bushy in car number 11. There goes Duquette, losing it out front all by himself. Spins the car, flew it down. A bunch of other cars also spinning over in turns 3 and 4, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. And now this time they'll be putting that side-by-side racing on for the lead. Here they come off 4, green flag. Boy, it's a good start for Keith Pelkey on the outside of row number 1. Keith and Nick are even running into the 2nd turn. Jimmy Bushy's right behind him, the 4 of Brandon Atkins. After starting 9th, Jamie Begor has the 19 up into the 5th position. Nick Haywood with the nose out in front. There's a bobble. He drifts up the racetrack. Look at Jimmy Bushy on the inside. Bushy goes from 3rd to the lead. Almost hooked to 29. 29 gets a piece of the back of the 11 going into turn number 1, but Jimmy Bushy's got the lead. The 29 pushed up the track in turn number 4. That pushed the 24 up to the top of turn 4 as well. Opened up the inside line. Jimmy Bushy with a daring move down to the inside. A good move by Bushy to go from 3rd to 1st. Jimmy Bushy's the leader. Nick Haywood runs in the 2nd spot. Jamie Begor has moved from 5th to the 3rd spot, working on the inside with his number 19. And Keith Pelkey slides back to the 4th position with a 24. Now Nick Haywood going back after the lead, looking to the inside of car number 11. Bushy works the middle line into turn number 4. Haywood has that inside line. Off the 4th turn, down to the stripe. A good push off the top of the track from Jim Bushy down the front stretch, and he'll hang on to the lead. The 29 of Nick Haywood is right off his back bumper. A little wiggle off of 2 for Bushy in the 11. That allows the 29 to draw to the inside again. The 19 of Begor has cleared Pelkey. He's into that 3rd position. Let's see if he can chase down the top 2 cars and also throw his hat into the ring. Out front, Jimmy Bushy with car number 11. His lead just about 3 or 4 feet as we have a car that is spun over in turn number 4. It's the 35 of Brian McGinley. And we've got another yellow from Keith Pelkey in the number 24 running in the 4th spot. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Bushy in the 11, the 29 of Haywood leaning on each other in 1 and 2. Off of turn number 2, the top of the track comes to life for Nick Haywood, who goes to the lead on the outside. Bushy in the 11 running in that 2nd spot. Begor falling back a little bit in the 19. Keith Pelkey challenging on the outside for 3rd as the white flag is out. Jimmy Bushy was just about 4 feet off the start-finish line. The 29 had the lead, but Bushy hard into turn number 2. That pushes up the track. That opens up room for Jamie Beagle on the inside. Good news for Nick Haywood. The battle's on for second and not out front. Although Haywood is sideways into turn number 4. He's got to get on the binders. Here they come off 4 for the win. It's going to be Nick Haywood. Jamie Beagle second, third Jimmy Bushy. Fourth goes to the 24 of Keith Pelkey. Fifth was car number 4 for Brandon Atkins as a wild final lap. Jimmy Bushy in car number 11 pushing over in turn number 2. That is Danny Sullivan. Outside.
And joining the field at the back of the pack is Jordan LaGrave in car number 17. Well, that's what you call a big start for Josh Duravage. He just blasts by from his outside front row starting position to assume the lead up the backstretch. And he quickly has opened up 10 car lengths on the 21 of Travis Sherman. Duravage just blowing away already. He won opening week. He's been a contender for the championship the past 2 years, but has had misfortune happen in the final week of the season. Last year, it was the final lap of the season and the final turn when he lost the championship. He leads this qualifier, and he leads it for fun. Travis Sherman is second. We do have a good battle going on for the number 3 spot. Curtis LaGrave Jr. in the 72 and Chad Hendry in the 60. They run side by side for that number 3 spot. LaGrave will now take third, dropping Hendry back to 4th. Rob Sine runs 5th in the 3 car. And it's Kevin Martineau in the 27, John Michael Brissett in the 14. The 58 for Bill Joyle Sr. Then it's another gap back to David Brissett in the 14B. Bombers are halfway in their qualifier. And Josh Duravage continues to dominate in the new 88. He's got about 15 car lengths now on Travis Sherman, who's going to have to try and hang on to that second spot because Curtis LaGrave Jr. is on the move in the 72. 2 laps to go, and LaGrave is closed right into that back bumper of the 21 of Sherman. Up the backstretch, Sherman has the advantage on LaGrave by just about a car length. White flag will be in the air this time by for Josh Duravage. He had the lead in his qualifier 2 weeks ago on the final lap, and the right front wheel came off in turn 2. He's good this time up the backstretch, and he could coast home from here. LaGrave looks to the inside of the 21 of Sherman. They continue to battle for the new number 2 spot, but up front, there's no doubt about your winner. Josh Duravage is home free. Travis Sherman holds on for the number 2 spot. Curtis LaGrave Jr. gets the number 3 spot as Sherman was second. Chad Hendry finishes 4th, and Rob Sine rounds out the top 5 in car number 3.
6 is Todd Ormsby. The X is Adam Barnaby. The 97 is Chris Vernold.
12 cars to qualify, Rob.
12 cars to qualify. We're sending some of these guys home. Green flag. So only the top 12 machines will get in. Jimmy Introne in the 9. Got a piece of Max Vienna in the 25. The 02 of Mike Riel is on the move. They're 3 wide towards the back. You got to go. If you're not in the top 12, you're going home. Andy Lindemann leads out front. Then it's the 66 of Jason Bruno. The 100 of LaBreche running the very top of the racetrack around turns 1 and 2. Out front, Lindemann now, leading by 3 car lengths. Here comes Cam Grady around the outside of the 66 of Bruno, who runs 3rd. Mike Finney is in the 4th spot. 5th is Aaron Barnaby in the B3. 6th is Terry Hayes in the 01. 7th is Pat McGrail in the 10. 8th is Mike Wells. Make it 8th, Jimmy Ryan. 9th is Mike Wells. Running in 10th is Max Vienne. Running in 11th is Mike Riel. And the 12th and final spot right now is that car number 9 for Jimmy Introne. So keep an eye on car number 9. Introne has the heat on. He is in the final transfer spot. Everybody behind the 9 right now would end up not racing in the feature event. So you got to get past car 9 and Jimmy Introne if you want to be in the main event. Andy Lindemann is the leader. Cam Grady in the 27 looks to the inside off turn number 2. Grady got a good run but had to back out of it as Lindemann took the line away on the inside. Running in 3rd is Jason Bruno. Mike Finney runs right off of his back bumper in the 4th spot. 5th, it is Aaron Barnaby in the B3. Terry Hayes still 6th. Jimmy Ryan moving up. Look out, problems for Cam Grady in the 27. Grady is headed back to the garage area. Something amiss on the front of that 27 machine. Grady will not make the feature event tonight. Out front, it is still Andy Lindemann. Jason Bruno is second. Mike Finney is third. Aaron Bartamy is fourth. Fifth is Terry Hayes. Sixth is Jim Ryan. Seventh is Pat McGrail. Eighth is the 76 of Mike Wells. Ninth is Mike Reel. Running in 10th is Max Vienne. 11th is now Jimmy Introne. And the 12th and final transfer spot, now car 100 for Roger Lebreche. Lebreche would have the final transfer position with the number 100 car. Tommy Jock sizing him up on the inside. Jock looks to the inside with a 53. He goes to 12th. Lebreche back to 13th. 14th is Adam Bartamy. 15th is Chris Vernold. Now, Vernold, of course, had a problem in his qualifier after Dan Brown spun right in front of him, but Vernold finished 7th last week in the 50-lap feature event. Right now, he's not even in a position to race the feature event tonight after problems for car number 97. White flag is out for Andy Lindemann. Lindemann in car number 3. Jason Bruno in the 66 dives down to the inside. Bruno thought about making a bid for the win. Here they come into turn number 4. Bruno's on the inside. Lindemann's on the outside. Checkered flag is out. Down to the stripe. It's Lindemann by a foot. Bruno second. Third to Finney. Fourth to Bartamy. Fifth Hayes. Sixth Ryan. Seventh McGrail. Eighth to Wells. Then ninth Riel. 10th Vienne. And then 11th, it looked like the 9 of Introne, and I believe the 12th and final spot will go to the 53 and Tommy Jock Jr. We've got some fast cars up at the front on the start of this one. The 25 of Kevin Booten will set the pace. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Robert Gordon with the H2O running on the outside into turn number 2. As here comes Joe Daniels thinking maybe 3 wide to the inside. Joe Warren works a middle line into turn 3. On the outside, the H2O of Gordon. Kevin Booten leading the field. Joe Warren, a little bobble going into turn number 4. He had to get on the binders, and he'll lose a spot to Joe Daniels in that 7 car. Booten leading lap 1. The H2O of Gordon running in the 2nd spot. Then it's Daniels in 3rd. 4th is the 13 of Warren. The 11 of Lance Raptoy running in the 5th spot, but he's got his nose to the inside of Warren looking for position number 4. They're side by side for 6. Josh Terry's in car number 43. On the outside of Terry in car number 3, it's Dave Drake. Terry gets that 6th spot. Drake falls back to 7th. Running 8th is Don Franklin with the 69. And it's the 357 of Curtis Seymour and the 86 of Rick Donor rounding out the top 10. But he's got a car at his door. That's the 70 of Jason McClatchy. Dave Drake's number 3 is on the move. Drake in car number 3 trying to get to the outside as we've got a challenge for the lead out front. The 25 of Kevin Booten working the middle of the racetrack. The H2O of Robert Gordon working on the inside. Booten gets a good run off the top of turn number 2. Now Gordon looks to the inside into 3 and 4. Right behind Robert Gordon is the 7 of Joe Daniels. Those two drivers, of course, had the great battle 2 weeks ago. The H2O and the 7. They run 2nd and 3rd early in the 25-lap feature event distance for the Renegades. The 25 of Kevin Booten has led every lap. He started on point. And now through 4 laps has the H2O at the inside of turn number 4. Booten on the outside, the H2O on the inside, racing to the stripe. And at the stripe, it looked like Robert Gordon had the lead by inches. Booten has been getting a good run off of turn number 2. Right there, that's where he's hooked up, and that's where he vaults back to the lead down the backstretch. But the H2O fights back. Gordon seems to be hooked better off of turn number 4. That's where he's getting the run, and that's where he would get it 2 weeks ago as well. At the stripe, it's still Robert Gordon with the lead. Joe Daniels right in the mix with the 7 car. Gordon surges out front. Booten in the 25 tries to get that good vault again off the top of the track with the progressive banking. Drives hard into 3, puts the nose back in front. The H2O comes back on the inside. Here comes Robert Gordon trying to finish the pass, and Joe Daniels is trying to go right with him. At the stripe, it's Gordon by a foot. Robert Gordon on the inside. The 25 of Booten on the outside. This time Booten again drifts to the top of 2, gets a good run off of 2, and he'll put the nose back out in front. Robert Gordon with the H2O is going to have to deal with a slower car. 25 Booten goes to the outside of the 0-2, and Gordon, seeing that slower car in front, backed off the gas a little bit and allows Booten to check out to a 2-car length advantage. Joe Daniels running a car length off the back bumper of the H2O, and now Booten has opened it up to 3. Robert Gordon with the H2O, perhaps just backing off a little bit with that slower car in front. Didn't want to get pinned behind it. He's got plenty of time to chase back down the 25, but Booten has been continuing to run that middle line around the track. Then he drifts to the top of 2, gets the good bite off 2, and pulls away. Let's work through the field with now 9 laps complete. This time by 10 will go up on the board. Booten leads. Gordon in the H2O is 2nd. 3rd is Joe Daniels with car 7. 4th is car number 11 for Lance Raptoy. 5th is the 13 of Joe Warren. Running in 6th is the 43 of Josh Terry. 7th is the 69 of Don Franklin. Running in 8th is Jason McClatchy in the 70. 9th is Dave Drake in the 3. Running in 10th is Rick Donor. 11th is Curtis Seymour in the 357. Running in 12th is Dan Dubuque in the 61. 13th is Mark Karen in the 5. 14th is Bob Dragoon. 15th is Andrew Bordeaux. 16th is Metalman. 17th is Bill Joyle. And those are the 17 cars on the lead lap. As chasing down the back of the pack is the 25 of Kevin Booten, whose lead is now up to 5 car lengths. Booten has pulled away. Ever since working around the slower car of Collins, Booten has been able to pull away from the H2O of Robert Gordon, and Kevin continues to run comfortably around the outside of the racetrack. He works a middle line through the turns and then goes to the top of the track, coming off the turn to take advantage of that progressive banking. The number of cars running towards the back, as we mentioned, Joyle is 17th and the last car on the lead lap, and Kevin Booten's going to have to deal with those cars. Joyle working on the outside now moves down to the inside. The leader will catch them in the turn. That might allow the H2O to close the gap a little bit, but now he'll pull away along the front stretch. Gordon's going to catch these cars on the front stretch, so that may help him out. Robert Gordon with the H2O, Joe Daniels with car number 7. Daniels is about 2 car lengths off the bumper of Gordon with the H2O, and Kevin Booten is really stretching it out now as he works around some of these slower cars. He's put the 57 down a lap, the 2 of Metalman's gone down a lap, Bob Dragoon's 36 has gone down a lap, and the 08 of Andrew Bordeaux has just gone down a lap. As Kevin Booten, his lead is now about 10 car lengths, make it almost 12 car lengths over the H2O of Robert Gordon. The next car in line to go down a lap would be Mark Karen. This 02 car of Jimmy Collins is already 1 lap down. Kevin Booten in the 25, 16 laps complete. 9 remain as we head the 25. H2O of Robert Gordon still in second. He's got 3 car lengths on the 7 of Joe Daniels. And it's a good gap back to the 11 of Lance Raptoy. Running in the 4th spot is Raptoy. Running in position number 5 as they are running side by side off of turn number 4. Joe Warren trying to put a lap on the 36 of Bob Dragoon. And it's Josh Terry also trying to put a lap on Dragoon as he is in the 6th position. 7th is the Big Daddy Don Franklin. McClatchy is 8th. 9th is Drake. And 10th is still Rick Donor. Those cars running in the top 10 with 17 laps complete. Swanton, Vermont's Kevin Booten driving the Quality Cut Sawing Yipe Stripes Direct Auto Body 25, the Airborne Speedway 2010 track champion in the Renegade division, leading by 12 car lengths over Robert Gordon. Gordon feeling the heat from Joe Daniels, who has closed in. Daniels was 2 to 3 car lengths off the back bumper of Gordon for that second spot, but now he looks to the inside, trying to take the second position away from Robert Gordon, who is working on the top of the racetrack. Daniels losing a couple of car lengths as he tried to use the inside line, but Gordon found good bite on the top of 2, and he was able to pull away a little bit. Lap number 20 goes up on the board, just 5 laps remaining for Kevin Booten in the number 25. Robert Gordon's H2O still in that second spot, and he has pulled back away from Joe Daniels in car number 7. It was about a car length. Now it's almost 5 between the H2O and the 7. It's a good 14 car lengths between the 7 and the 11, who is in the 4th spot. And it's Joe Warren in 5th, Josh Terry in 6th. The 7th position, the 69 of Don Franklin. Jason McClatchy with a very good showing. First time out with the number 70, challenging Franklin for the 7th position. Those cars race in turns 1 and 2. Running in the 9th spot, it's Dave Drake. And then 10th, it's still Rick Donor in the number 86. There goes Bob Dragoon spinning over in turn number 2. This could bring out a yellow flag and slow the pace. It will. Yep. Then it's Saranac's Joe Daniels in the 7, and Fairfax, Vermont's Lance Raptoy in 11. Green flag. Well, it's a good restart for Robert Gordon with the H2O. He's got that outside line. That's where Booten wants to be. That's where he's been fast all race long, and they are even in the middle of the backstretch. Black flag is out for Bob Dragoon's 36 again as we watch out front where they are still running side by side, door to door off turn number 4. Down to the stripe they come. Gordon had the lead by about 6 inches. The 25 of Booten is on the inside. The H2O of Gordon is on the outside. Surging on the top of the racetrack, Robert Gordon with the lead. A 25 of Booten comes back after him on the inside. The 7 and the 11 run side by side for the 3rd spot. Off of turn number 4, popsicle sticks are out. 2 to go. The H2O with the lead by half a car length. The 25 comes back after him on the inside. He's got room to drift up the track, but the H2O's got the bite on top. Robert Gordon pulls away into turn number 3. The 25 comes back after him on the inside. Kevin Booten wants to get to the top of the track, but he can't get there as the white flag is out. Robert Gordon leads by half a car length. He's found something on the top. Gordon maintaining the lead down the backstretch. Booten looks to the inside. He's going to have to make it here in 3 and 4. Robert Gordon looking to go back to back. Takes it to the top of the track. It'll be a drag race for the win. Down to the stripe. It's Robert Gordon, 2 for 2. Kevin Booten is second. Third to Lance Raptoy. Fourth to Joe Daniels. Fifth to Joe Warren. Sixth to the Big Daddy Don Franklin. Seventh to Jason McClatchy. Then it's Josh Terry in the 43. And it looked like the 86 of Rick Donor in the 3 for Dave Drake. Robert Gordon and the H2O back-to-back wins to start the season in the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade Division.
Robert Gordon backs the Premier Paving H2O into victory lane, and we will throw it downstairs where the birthday boy is celebrating number 41. He'll talk with Robert Gordon.
All right, Rick. Robert Gordon climbing out of his car. He's 2 for 2. Everybody give him a nice round of applause. Robert Gordon gets the win again in the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade Division. Well, the yellow flag comes out with 4 laps to go. At that point, you get right back into it, and your car really seemed to come to life on the outside.
It did. Before that point, it was Kevin's race. Thank God for the yellow.
Kevin Booten's car was really hooked on the outside as well, and we were kind of thinking it might be trouble for him down on the inside. He was really getting going off the top of turn number 2.
Yeah, I think he was, and when he couldn't do that, and it just benefited me.
Well, you can't start the season any better than this. Two for 2 for the H2O.
I've won 2 in a row, but I've never won 3 in a row. The 50 lapper next week would be awesome.
All right, Robert Gordon, 2 for 2 in the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade Division. Kevin, second on the restart. Your car wanted to be on the outside.
Yeah, the bottom's got a lot of water tonight, and it was real hard to get going down there. And I was trying my hardest to hold him up as best I could up on the top, because he knew that and I both knew that. And he had the good lane tonight, and I congratulate him on that. Good, clean racing.
Well, a good start to the season for you as well. Third opening week, second tonight. There's only one more spot to go to get to better your positioning. 50 lapper next week.
We'll give it a shot next week.
All right, Kevin Booten second tonight with the number 25.
Rob, stick around down there for a minute because Bruce Jarvis has something for you. Bruce?
Rob, we really know tonight is your 41st birthday. And, you know, even though Mr. Hawaii up there said I had to do this, we'd like to give you a presentation from the staff and management here at Airborne. And even though you like to say gaggle and all sorts of big words, and for 41 years, you know, we want you back for another 41 years.
No, we don't.
And as your famous saying goes, look out for another 41 years. Happy birthday, Rob.
Well, thanks a lot, Bruce. Now, who is responsible? Is this you? Can you draw like that?
Yeah, I can draw that and many flies too.
Well, thanks a lot, Bruce. I appreciate it. Thanks.
So again, 41 more years. Can I get you to sign on?
Well, I don't know. You might have to clear it with the boss. The boss is Mrs.
Rick,
Knowles.
Rick.
No, Rick's not the boss. The boss is Mrs. Knowles.
Well, happy
We'll clear it
birthday
with
to
her.
you.
Thank you. Thanks.
41 more great ones to you.
We'll see.
Machine strong, 30 laps the distance. Bryant Trim, Craig Rio setting the pace off row number 1. Here they come, green flag. Real good start to this one for the 28 of Bryant Trim as he pulls away from Craig Rio. Pierre Bertillon looks to make a move. Look at the 24 already starting to roll. That Patrick Dupree 24 car thought about trying to split the thin thread through the needle, rather, between the 46 and the 327, but then he thought better of it and backed out of it. This is a real interesting start because you've got some fast cars at the front, you've got some slower cars that are in the middle that qualified well, and we'll see how this shakes out. They're running 3 wide just outside the top 10. Vince Quinville backed out of it with a 78. They really box it up coming off of turn number 4. Martin Hebert's in trouble with a 46. Hebert takes it down to the infield, and we have a yellow flag in the mix as well. All right, here they come. Green flag. Bryant Trim, the 28. The one of Bertillon on the outside. Craig Riel slowing that inside line down. That outside line is rolling. The 90 of Martinois moving to 4th. Around the outside of Craig Riel, it's the one of Atkins moving as well. Greg Atkins goes into the top 5. Martin Roy runs in a 4 spot. Pierre Berthiaume has taken the lead away from Bryant Trim, who runs second. Looking to the inside is Dan Brown with a 327. Now outside Brown, here comes the Gamache truck 790 from Martin Roy. Running in 5th behind him is Atkins, but putting heat on Atkins is Patrick Dupree on the inside. Pierre Berthiaume shows the way. It's a 4-car length advantage over Brian Trim. Then Dan Brown in the 327. Martin Roy in the 90. Wheel to wheel they run for that 5th spot. Patrick Dupree looks inside of Atkins. As here comes Dupree to the inside. He'll take 5th. George Foley also looks inside the Atkins machine. 5 laps complete. Pierre Berthiaume leads. Bryant Trim runs in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Dan Brown. 4th is Martin Roy. 5th is Patrick Dupree. 6th is Greg Atkins. Running in the 7th spot is George Foley. Running in 8th is Todd Stone. Running 9th is Craig Riel. 10th is Leon Gagnon. 11th is the Brandon Bandit Don Scarborough. Running in 12th, it's Andy Haywood. 13th is Jason Bruno. 14th, Craig Ormsby. 15th is Vince Quenville in the 78. Running in 16th, it is Matt Woodruff in the 55. Then it's Chris Kaye and the 3 of Andy Powell. Rounding out the top 20, the 60 of Jimmy Ryan, the 10 of Pat McGrail. Pierre Berthiaume is checking out on the 28 of Bryant Trim. Martin Roy has not been able to challenge on the 327 of Dan Brown, which has been surprising. Patrick Dupree coming to the inside of that 90 car, perhaps trying to make a move for 4th on the inside. Dupree and Martin Roy running wheel to wheel into turn number 3. Roy hanging on to that spot for now, closing in on the back bumper to the 327. Dupree with him on the inside. Dan Brown running strong in that 3rd spot. But out front right now, Pierre Berthiaume is setting a very fast pace. He's a 3rd of the way home this time by. Lap number 10 about to go up on the scoreboard, and it's lap number 10 that is led by Pierre Berthiaume. Problems at the back of the pack for Max Vienne in the number 25. Vienne is off the pace. Let's see if he'll duck to the infield. Waiting for him. He will drop down to the inside, and the green stays out. Vienne, can he make it into the infield? Is he out of harm's way? At this point, yes. Race control wants to keep them running. So the green flag stays out. Berthiaume in the 1. Leading by 15 car lengths over Trim in the 28. And it's still Dan Brown running 3rd. Martin Roy holding on to that 4th spot. Then it's the pistol Patrick Dupree who is running in 5th. 6th is George Foley, but he's a good 10 car lengths off the back bumper of the 24 of Dupree. And then it's a big gap back to the 1 of Atkins and the 1X of Todd Stone. And Leon Gagnon and Andy Haywood in the 80. Those cars running in the top 10. Berthiaume running up on the back of the pack. He's about to put a lap on the 9 of Jimmy Introne, as his lead is half the backstretch over Bryant Trim. Martin Roy says it is go time as he works to the outside of Dan Brown. He'll go around Brown and hit 3rd. Now Patrick Dupree wants to work to the outside as well. Brown pushed him right up the track on the front stretch, almost to the wall, and now Dupree wants to go to the rim. He had to get on the binders as the 327 broke the momentum of the 24. Dupree again looks outside. Martin Roy trying to make up some ground on the 28 of Bryant Trim. He's halfway home, and this one is Pierre Berthiaume in the 1 as we're halfway through this 30-lap feature event. Bryant Trim goes around the 9 of Introne. Now the 90 of Martin Roy will move to the inside. Introne goes to a higher line. That'll force the fast cars through on the inside off of turn number 4. Dan Brown trying to hold on to his spot right now, running at 4th, and he is held up. The 24 of Patrick Dupree as the double nickel for Matt Woodruff is off the pace, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. Yellow flag is out for Matt Woodruff in the 55. 15th is Jason Bruno. 16th is Pat McGrail. Scratch that. Chris Kaye is 16th with the number 18. Then it's Jimmy Ryan and the number 60. Green flag. Martin Roy goes to the top of the racetrack, and here he goes around Bryant Trim for the 2nd spot. Martin Roy going to 2nd. Is he eyeing the top spot, trying to take it away from Pierre Berthiaume? No, not yet. Berthiaume with a good run on the top of the track. Berthiaume leads by a car length. The 28 of Trim running in 3rd. Dupree is able to move around. Oh, we got cars spinning over at turn number 2. Craig Riel CO2 gets into the 11 of Don Scarborough spinning. The 11 car had spun, and the CO2 had no place to go. Green flag is back out. Here comes Martin Roy hustling to the outside of Pierre Berthiaume. Berthiaume on the hammer off too. Martin Roy goes flying around the outside. Let's see if Berthiaume can come back after him on the inside. Roy is hot to the top of turn number 4. Berthiaume trying to hang with him. Not going to do it. Martinois leads by a car length at the stripe. Berthiaume comes back after him again on the inside. Working on that right rear, it's Martinois pulling away to 3 car lengths. Berthiaume running in second. Brian Trim is running third. Fourth is Dan Brown. Here comes a car after Brown. That's George Foley. George Foley goes to fourth. Dan Brown's in trouble. The 327 is off the pace. Might have a tire going down. Dan Brown is going to limp around on the top of the racetrack. George Foley goes to the 4th spot. Running in 5th is Greg Atkins. 6th is now Andy Haywood. 7th is Leon Gagnon. 8th is Vince Quinville. And running in the 9th spot behind Quinville, Jason Bruno in the 66th. Then it's Chris Kaye in the 18, rounding out the top 10. Dan Brown with the best run of his career. It's come to a halt, and the 327 is limping back to the garage. Martinois is checking out up front. The 90, lifting that left front tire right up off the racetrack, off of turn number 2, is flying away from Pierre Berthiaume. Running the fastest lap of the race, that last lap. Martinois is checking out. It's already a half front stretch lead over Pierre Berthiaume in the JM Racing number 1. Yellow flag is out. One of the tires from the inside of the racetrack has made its way up onto the track. Martinois setting the pace. Right now it's a slow one into turn 3. Now he's on the hammer coming through turn number 4 to the green flag. George Foley looks outside the 28 of Bryant Trim for third. Trim trying to hang on to that 3rd spot. Foley's with him wheel to wheel on the outside. Bryant Trim on the inside. George Foley on the top of the track. He's got 3rd. Martinois leading by 10. Pierre Berthiaume 2nd. George Foley is 3rd. Foley will try to put on a late race charge to get to that 2nd spot. Running in 4th is Bryant Trim now. Running in 5th, Greg Atkins. Atkins with a 2nd place finish opening week. Running in the top 5. Andy Haywood putting pressure on Atkins to get into that top 5. Right now, Haywood is in the 6th spot. 7th is Leon Gagnon. Vince Quinville into the top 10. He finished 3rd opening week. He's running 8th. Running in 9th is Jason Bruno, and 10th is Chris Kaye with the number 18. Martinois' lead is half the backstretch. Inside 5 laps remaining now for the Gosh Truck Center number 90. Lap 26 goes up on the board, and unless the 90 breaks, the outcome is no longer in doubt. Pierre Berthiaume in the 1 trying to hang on to 2nd. George Foley is closing. It's a car length and a half. Good battle on the racetrack for 5th between the 1 New York and the 80. That's Atkins and Andy Haywood. Atkins from Sable Forks and Haywood in the 80 from Morrisonville. As Andy tries to make a move to get to the top 5 with 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks are out for Martinois. Martinois, his lead, more than half the backstretch now. As the white flag is about to be unfurled, 1 to go for Martinois. He's got a slower car in front of him that he may run upon. That's Mike Riel in the 02, but I don't think he's really going to have to press the issue. He could coast home from here. It's going to be win number 1 of 2011. Naperville, Quebec's Martinois gets the job done. Pierre Berthiaume 2nd. George Foley 3rd. Bryant Trim 4th. Greg Atkins 5th. 6th, Leon Gagnon 7th. Vince Quinville 8th. Andy Haywood 9th. Jason Bruno 10th. Chris Kaye. Jimmy Ryan 11th. Mike Finney 12th. 13th to Pat McGrail. 14th to Aaron Barnaby. 15th. The Brandon Bandit, Don Scarborough. Win number 1. Rick, will we see the Martin Shuffle? Will they go up on top of the roof? It's the Martin Shuffle. Martin will get his helmet off, and then he'll come on over. We'll get a word with the number 90 team. The right rear tire in much better shape this week than 2 weeks ago. Martin getting off his helmet. Martin just about set to come on over.
using a late race restart to work around Pierre Berthiaume and take home the checkered flag tonight, his first of 2011. Here comes Martin Roy. Congratulations. Félicitations, Martin. A late race restart. You go around the outside of Pierre Berthiaume, right where you always like to do it, over on turn number 2 on the top.
Yeah. It's tough tonight. It's hot. The asphalt is hot. The race with the sun is difficult for me. But thank you everybody to come every week. Thank you very much. And thank you, Gamache Track Center and Nemkins.
Martin, an opening week, there was problems with the tires, the extra distance. Tell me about that.
Yeah, last week, two
cuts.
Yeah, 2 cuts and my rear tire, 2 flat tire for the rest of the race. That's the reason why to finish 6. But the car is perfect. But
well, certainly a good job by you to get back to victory lane. You showed patience early on in the race. Did you do that on purpose? Maybe not go to the outside as early as you normally do?
Yeah, but patient tonight because the sunny is the track is very slicky and is more patient for that. And the sun goes down and me go fast.
All right, that's the key then. Sun goes down, Martin goes fast.
Yes.
Congratulations, Martin.
Thank you very much.
All right, Martin, well, everybody, he gets the win.
Laps complete. 11 laps remain. Main event, Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds, ready to get back underway. And it's another good start for Chris LeVere. He's going to take that lead, and it's another good start for Jamie LaFountain right on the back bumper of the 4-car. He'll move through and take the second spot, dropping Josh Laporte back to the number 3 spot. Here comes Josh Leclerc moving up quickly on the outside in the 7-car. He's going to battle Josh Laporte. They are together coming off turn 4. A little bit of contact between the 45 and the 7. We've got the X7 going for a spin off the top of turn 4. The caution flag will come out one more time on lap 5. There, LaFountain. That's your front row. It's a much more even start as they come off turn 4, down to the green flag. Can Jamie LaFountain get it done on the outside as they hit into turns 2 and 3? No. There's contact between LaFountain and Laporte. Both of them able to hold on to those 2nd and 3rd place positions. Here comes Chris Clark making a 3-wide move. We got a car sideways on the backstretch. Tim LaFountain's 41, Mr. Cheesit in the 36, as well as the 69 of John Bradley all involved. The cars try to get wound up. Scott Richter's 21 went for a ride, tearing up the infield. All right, we'll try a lap 5. Take 2 restart. Again, it's LeVere and LaFountain running together as they come off turn 4, back to the green. And once again, Jamie LaFountain able to stick right with that 4-car. But as they come off turn 4, LeVere takes a half a car length advantage. They're 4 wide up the backstretch. Here comes LaFountain back on the outside to pull right alongside LeVere as they come off turn 4. LeVere will lead it. Laporte now looks to the inside of Jamie LaFountain. Josh Laporte takes 2nd as LaFountain dropping back on the outside. Trying to get back to the bottom of the racetrack in front of the 0-3 of Speedy Brissett. Brissett has the inside line. LaFountain wants that inside line. A little bit of contact between the two as they come off turn 4 to the halfway point. Speedy Brissett now gets by the 20 of Jamie LaFountain, and here comes Chris Clark in the 77. He'll run right alongside that 20 car as they head into turn number 3. LaFountain now gets the 20 to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll hold on to his 4th spot. LeVere has started to open up a lead, but a good battle going on right now, especially for position 4, 5, and 6. Here comes Speedy on the move in that 0-3 car, looking to the inside of Josh Laporte. Speedy Brissett sticks a nose in front. He's going to take 2nd as they come off turn 4. Brissett on the inside, Laporte on the outside. They run together, and it's 4 cars battling for that 4th spot. LaFountain in the 20, Josh Lavarnway in the 13, Bob Clark in the 77, and Scott Richner in the 21. Throw a blanket on all 4 of those. So as Lavera continues to coast up front, we've got some great battles going on for the rest of the top 5. Now on the outside, Speedy Brissett drives around the 45 of Josh Laporte to take second, and we'll see if he's got anything for Chris Lavera. Josh Lavarnway has taken the 4th spot away from Jamie LaFountain, and Rob Clark's going to take 5th. Scott Richner looks to move up on the inside to take that 6th spot away. For the majority of this race, Jamie LaFountain has been stuck on the outside, and it has not worked. Brissett has closed the gap to about 5 car lengths on the 4 of Lavera. Caution flag is out. We've got the Larry Archer 23 slow in turn 2. Archer's car. Lavera on the inside and Sir Speedy on the outside. Check the restart. Lavera's been getting great jumps. Here they come. Down to the green. They're even at the stripe. Can the 03 make it stick on the outside? If he can, it's going to be a drag race up the backstretch. Here comes Speedy. Brissett on the outside. Lavera on the inside. Side by side as they come off turn 4. 2 laps to go. Josh Lavarnway trying to stick his nose in that battle. He gets to the outside of Josh Laporte to take the 3rd spot. Up the backstretch again. Brissett sticks a nose in front. Lavera battling right back on the inside. They'll come off turn 4 together one more time. White flag is out. Chris Lavera in the 4, half a car length advantage. He drifts up high on turn 2, but Speedy's right there in the 0-3. Brissett just a nose behind as they come into turn 3. Now into 4. Brissett gives it all he's got off turn 4. Down the stretch to the checkered. Chris Lavera, 2 in a row. Speedy Brissett will finish 2nd. 3rd spot goes to the 13 of Josh Lavarnway with Scott Richner 4th. And the 45 of Josh Laporte rounding out your top 5.
All right, Rick, thanks. We'll get another word with Chris Lavera, who goes back-to-back, just like Robert Gordon did in the Renegade Division. Chris going back-to-back in the mini modifieds. It looked like it was going to be a fairly easy win for Chris, but late race caution set up an exciting final few laps with Speedy Brissett. Here is Chris Lavera. Congratulations, Chris. That yellow flag late in the race, and it certainly was a good duel with Speedy.
Oh yeah, that made it. That made the race. I was so happy when the caution came out. Actually, you don't want to really hear that, but I enjoy racing with cars better than racing by myself.
Well, it makes it a lot more interesting to watch, that's for sure. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of frayed drivers back in the garage area that aren't too happy with one another, but you're one of the few guys that's going to say, I don't have anybody to be mad at, racing out front and racing clean.
Yeah, I've been lucky the last couple weeks. Good draws, put me on the pole, and I pretty much have nothing to worry about but look ahead.
But you know what that means? 2 wins. You're starting towards the back of the pack from now on, buddy.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there in the back. It'll be hard to get to the front then. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Evergreen Auto Center, at Saranac Lake, Outside Groove, Upstate Vinyl Graphic, so many people, you know, Mike, Jeff, Denise, everybody that puts on the show here, you guys. It's awesome to be able to come here every Saturday night.
Well, congratulations, 2 for 2.
Thank you very much.
All right, Chris Lavera off to a great start. Nice drive by Speedy Brissett. He's second with the 0-3.
4 laps complete, 21 remain. Wood, Bigor, row 1. Bruno, Haywood, row 2. Here they come. They're on it. Along the front stretch, green flag. Good restart for Robin Wood. Jamie Bigor wasn't able to pin him down to the inside, and now Robin Wood is going to be able to run whatever line he wants around the track. As he was able to work well past, and he's got a car length advantage as they race off turn number 4. Lap number 5 goes up on the board. Race for 3rd, Travis Bruno, Nick Haywood, Tyler Terry, and the 24 of Keith Pelkey, all in the mix as they run side by side. Spots 3 through 6, there goes Travis Bruno. Travis Bruno goes for a spin. Everybody trying to take evasive action. The 21 of Dave Raptoy He got bumped. His cars tried to whoa up coming off the fourth turn, and he got a tap from behind, and that sent him around with Robin Wood, Jamie Begor, Nick Haywood, Keith Pelkey, and Tyler Terry in the top 5. The top 10 finds Howard Stoner 6th, Jamie Atkins 7th, Mike Shagnon 8th, 9th Cody Benoit, and Dan Sullivan in the 10th spot. Here they come off turn number 4, single file restart, back under green. Jamie Begor trying to attach himself to that back bumper of Robin Wood and try to hang with him as long as possible, keep him in his sights. Begor had a peek to the inside that time into 3 and 4, see if that inside line can come in for him. But again, it's just treacherous going down on the inside. You see Keith Pelkey in the 24 was down on the inside, and Tyler Terry in the 44 on the outside line is going to pull away from him, and he's going to take that 4th spot. Robin Wood leading by a car length. Jamie Begor running in 2nd, and it's 3 car lengths back to Nick Haywood in the 29. Then 4 car lengths back to the 44 of Tyler Terry, 3 back to Keith Pelkey, who is now 5th. Running in 6th is Howard Stoner. Jamie Atkins is 7th. 8th is the 1 of Cody Benoit, but he's got the 86 on the outside, and again, that outside line has been coming in for these drivers. Mike Shagnon and Cody Benoit, the best battle on the racetrack right now as they race side by side for the 8th position. Benoit hanging on to it, but you could see him squirrely coming off the 4th turn. Got Dan Sullivan right behind. Sullivan following on the inside line. Again, Benoit is loose off of turn number 2 with that rear end kicking out. Mike Shagnon in the 86 gives a tap to the number 1. Here comes the 3 looking on the inside. Dan Sullivan, you got 3 cars mixing it up for spots right around that 10th position, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Those are the spots. Sullivan, the 3, Benoit, the 1, the 86 of Shagnon. They are running 8th, 9th, and 10th. As Gordy Stone 77 falls back, we got contact. The 1, the 3, the 1 goes around, and we got another yellow flag. Those 3 teams, those 3 drivers been mixing it up the last couple of laps. And eventually Cody Benoit's number 1 goes around over in turn number 4. And now 10 laps complete. So the good news is we doubled up the number of laps. We doubled our lap total in that last green flag stretch. So let's see if we can at least do that again.
But that was still only 5, Rob.
I know, well. Slow pace set by Robin Wood. Now he gets on it. Here they come. Green flag. Side-by-side racing for position number 5. Howard Stoner's trying to get in the top 5. He's to the inside of Keith Pelkey's car. Keith Pelkey comes back after him on the outside. Tyler Terry wants to go to the top of the track. Terry looking after the 29 of Nick Haywood. Can't quite get to that spot, though. Good battle for the 5th position, the 57 and the 24. Howard Stoner on the inside. He's in that 4th spot, but Keith Pelkey's coming back. Seesaw battle for position number 5 make it. As they race off of turn number 4 at the stripe, Howard Stoner's going to have 5th. Just past the halfway point now in this 25-lap feature event for the J&S Steel Sportsman cars. Plattsburgh's Robin Wood has the lead by 2 car lengths. Morris driver Jamie Begor running that 2nd spot. And it's Nick Haywood racing in 3rd, but he's got Tyler Terry looking high and low, and Jamie Begor looking to the inside of Robin Wood going into turn number 1. Jamie Begor trying to get the nose underneath. Robin Wood is working a middle line around the track. Perhaps that inside groove coming in a little bit for Jamie Begor. He was right there into turns 1 and 2 and almost got the nose underneath the 61. Robin Wood leads. Jamie Begor is 2nd. He's not going away. Jamie Begor is about a half car length off the back bumper of car number 61. Running 3rd is Nick Haywood in the 29. Then it's the 44 of Tyler Terry. And then a big gap back to Howard Stoner, who has cleared the 24 of Keith Pelkey in that 5th spot. Jamie Begor putting up a good fight, hanging with Robin Wood around the racetrack. It is a half car length to a car length advantage for car number 61 as they run up into turns 1 and 2. Nick Haywood still 2 to 3 car lengths off the back bumper of the 19, running in the 3rd spot, and in the same distance back to the 44 of Tyler Terry, who is running in 4th. Robin Wood in car 61 continues to show the way. He took the lead on lap number 1. He has led every lap of the race, and he is starting to stretch it out a little bit. 1 car length has become 2 in the middle of the backstretch. We'll set the field this time by lap number 17 going up on the board. 8 laps remain for Robin Wood. Jamie Begor in 2nd, Nick Haywood running 3rd, Tyler Terry is 4th, 5th is Howard Stoner in the 57. 6th is Keith Pelkey in the 24. 7th is Jamie Atkins in the 68. Jimmy Bushy has rallied to an 8th place run right now with car number 11. Running in 9th is Dan Sullivan in the 3. Running in 10th is Mike Shagnon with the 86. 11th is car number 4 for Brandon Atkins. 12th is Travis Bruno in car number 33. 13th is Sean Duquette in car number 18. Running in the 14th spot is Stephen Brissett in the 59. 15th is Cody Benoit in car number 1. And 16th is Gordy Stone in car number 77. 4 cars in the garage area, 16 cars still out on the racetrack. Best racing around the racetrack right now is between the 68 and the 11, and then you've got some good side-by-side racing between the 33 and the 4 as Brandon Atkins tries to take a spot away from Travis Bruno. 5 laps to go this time by for Robin Wood. Robin looking to lead every lap of this 25-lap feature event. Actually, there might have been one lap in there where Jamie Begor took the lead away on the outside. I remember on the scoring monitor, Jamie was assigned the lead. So not quite every lap led for Robin Wood, as I believe Jamie Begor for 1 or maybe even 2 laps in the early stages, the very early stages of the race. Jamie had the lead on the outside. But it's a comfortable 2 to 3 car length advantage right now for Robin Wood. Make it 3 at the stripe. And the next time by, Chief Starter Butch Henry will give him the 2 to go sign. Here come the leaders into turn number 4. Popsicle sticks are up, and we got 2 laps to go for the 61. 19 of Begor can see him, but he can't get in the ballpark to make a play. 3 car lengths the disadvantage. Robin Wood, the 2010 and defending track champion, is on his way to another win. White flag. Final time off of turn number 2. Jamie Begor still in the rearview mirror of Robin Wood, but it's a 3 car length advantage. Through turn 3, into turn number 4. Begor tries to make one last gasp for the lead. Not going to happen. It's Robin Wood winning. Jamie Begor second, third to Nick Haywood, 4th to Tyler Terry, 5th it's Howard Stoner, 6th to Keith Pelkey, 7th Jimmy Bushy, 8th Jamie Atkins, 9th Danny Sullivan, 10th to Travis Bruno, 11th Mike Shagnon, 12th Brandon Atkins, 13th Sean Duquette, 14th Stephen Brissett, 15th to Cody Benoit, and 16th to the 77 of Gordy Stone.
And we're going to throw it downstairs. Rob Knowles is standing by to have another chat with Robin Wood.
All right, Robin Wood's climbing out of his car. No marks on this one. There's a lot of marks on some of the other cars in the field, but the 61 wins again. Robin picks up his second victory in 2 tries, a great start to the season for the defending track champion, and took the lead on lap number 1. The best racing for you, at least side-by-side competition-wise, was early in the race with Jamie on the outside.
Yeah, definitely. Jamie's got a really fast car this year. He really stepped up his program. The track's really hard to race on with the water up in turn 3 and 4. Kind of got to apologize for the fans having to put through that kind of race, but maybe we'll get some dry weather and the track will be good next week.
Robin, it looked like the inside line, especially in 3 and 4, was really tough. It looked like a lot of the teams were tiptoeing, and a number of times we saw cars basically spinning on their own.
Yeah, you had to hit it just right. You want to run the bottom up there. If you slipped up just like 6 inches or so, you race tires in it, and it's either got you sideways or it made your car push. And I hit it a couple times. I thought I gave Jamie a couple shots, but I got to thank my sponsors, Ganyanka Territorial Bengals, Renner Rack, Leland's Barbershop, Daniel Signs, my girlfriend Nikki, my dad Rudy, Eric, Gary, Barb, and of course Tyler.
Coming from the back of the pack next week now.
Yeah, that should be a little bit tougher next week, I think.
Well, congratulations, great start to the year.
Thank you.
All right, Robin Wood with his second victory of the season with the number 61, Jamie Begor.
Up front, Josh Dervage will complete lap number 5 this time by. He's built up a 15 car length advantage on the 21 of Travis Sherman, and he is quickly going to be running into lap traffic. Look out on turn 2, up into the bunker as the 14 car cuts across the racetrack right in front of the leader. That was close. Brissett gets that car straightened out, will stay green. But certainly some anxious moments there. We've got trouble on the front stretch as Kevin Martineau is banging the front stretch wall. The right front is broke on that automobile. And
58, he got some of the memo. Orange is in.
5 down, 10 to go for the Busch Bombers. They come back off turn 4 and back to the green flag. Again, it's a good start for Duravage. He had a 3 or 4 car length advantage as they hit turn 1. Sherman settles into second. Son and LaGrave continue to wage their battle for the number 3 spot. LaGrave outside into 72, Side inside into 3. Side now has third as LaGrave has settled into the number 4 spot as he thought about making a look to the inside as they came off the second turn. Here comes Bill Joyle Sr. in the 58 car to look alongside Chad Hendry in the 60. They're going to run together. Look out, the 3 and the 72 made a little contact. That bottled those cars up. Now Hendry gets into the side of the 3. Nice save by Rob Sine. Holy cow, that car got hammered by the 60. As those 4 cars have been bottled up for about the last lap and a half. Now Hendry gets taken out by the 58. Yellow flag is out. Bill Joyle Sr., what were you thinking? Duravage on the inside, Sherman on the outside. Can Sherman stay with him on this restart? They start to pick it up off turn 4, and once again, Duravage gets a great jump. Sherman is second. Curtis LaGrave has moved into the number 3 spot with a 72. Trouble on that sign car. He's lost 2 or 3 spots. And it looks like he's going to lose more as Joyle is flying up on the outside. And he's followed by the 60 of Chad Hendry. Rob Sine, who restarted 4th, is now running at the back of the top 10. We may have a battle for the number 2 spot as Curtis LaGrave is starting to close that gap on the Travis Sherman 21. They've both got to pick it up a bit if they're going to contend with the 88 of Duravage. Here comes LaGrave to the inside as they head up the backstretch. The battle for the number 2 spot. 5 laps remain. Sherman on the outside and Curtis LaGrave on the inside. They remain together off turn 4. Now at the line, it's LaGrave who now takes second. Sherman is back to third. John Michael Brissett, he's 4th, but not for long. Brissett kicks it up off turn 2 in the bunker, and that allows Bill Joyle Sr. to move into the number 4 spot. JMB back to 5th. Brandon Nolan runs 6th. Rob Sine is 7th. 8th spot goes to the 17 of Jordan LaGrave. David Hart is 9th. And Chad Hendry rounds out your top 10. Jordan LaGrave will pick up a spot as he goes around the 3 of Sine. Josh Duravage leads the field into turn 3. He'll see the popsicle sticks as there are 2 to go this time by. 2 laps away from Josh Duravage going back to kick off 2011. Curtis LaGrave about 10 car lengths behind as he is opened up on the 3rd place Sherman automobile. White flag coming out. Duravage has got to deal with a couple of lap cars as he comes off turn 4. He'll fly by those on the outside with no problem whatsoever. White flag is out for the leader. Curtis LaGrave going to have to settle for 2nd tonight. Battle for 3rd going to be between Travis Sherman in that 21 and Bill Joyle in the 58. Here comes the field off turn 4. Checkered flag In the air for the 88 of Josh Durvage. Back-to-back wins. Curtis LaGrave will finish second. Third spot's going to be close at the line, but Sherman's going to hold on for third, with Bill Twaits getting fourth, and fifth spot going to the 14 of John Michael Brissett.
All right, Rick. Josh Durvage, 2 for 2 in the Bush Bomber Division. Josh is out of his car. An all-pro in victory lane now with a number of wins that he's racking up in this Bomber Division. Another victory for Josh. Come on around, Josh Durvage. Congratulations. What about the old car? What did you do with the car that won 2 weeks ago?
Oh, the old car, she's here. She's still on a trailer, though. So I decided to bring the new one out and spank them.
That's exactly what you did. This car, obviously, tell us about the development of this car. Is this something that you've been working on over the winter?
This is my backup car that was last year that my uncle run. So we put a new motor in it and put a new paint job, and that's all we did.
Well, it looks pretty darn good running up front. 2 for 2 already, Josh, but next week you'll be starting further in the back.
Yeah, it should be all right, though.
Congratulations. You're off to a flying start, and you're really taking it to everybody.
Thank you. I got to thank all my sponsors, Garces Auto Sales, Body Art Tattoo, Ed's Powder Coating, CVR Engine Rebuilders, and Moore's Flat Work.
All right, that's Josh Durvage, everybody, who wins again. 2 for 2 in the Bombers.